Hi everyone, what we're going to be doing next is making a doorway so our resident can enter her home. To do that, we're going to angle our house so we can get the person in view as a good frame of reference for how big we want to make the door. Remember, you can click and hold that middle mouse wheel to scroll. You can also hold down Shift and click the middle mouse wheel to kind of move over a little, move the house back and forth a little bit. This seems like a good angle for what we're about to do. Now we're going to go and select our rectangle tool, and we're going to move down to the bottom of the house, a little bit in from the edge, about where you would want the door to start. It'll say on edge and you'll get a green outline. I'm going to click the mouse and let go, and now we can start making a rectangle here. We want to make sure that it's a little bit taller than the person so they can get in without ducking their head. And you can kind of drag and make the door as wide as you want. There's this really cool feature where it will say golden section. What that means is it makes two really good right triangles. It's a really pleasing looking rectangle. You don't have to go until it says golden section. You can kind of make the rectangle however size you want. But I'm going to go right here and I'm going to click, and now we have our doorway. Now before we push or pull the doorway, we want to make a door frame for this. So we're going to go over to where the push-pull tool would be, but we want to select offset. Now this is a nice little tool for making a rectangle inside of another rectangle or a circle inside of another circle. What we're going to do is we're going to move our mouse over to the door, and we want to be somewhere on the door. Make sure that the house is not highlighted in that shade of blue. Make sure the door is shaded blue. Now this time I'm going to be clicking and holding my mouse. So when I click and hold the mouse and move my mouse, notice it makes a rectangle that's even on all sides, evenly distributed on all sides inside that other rectangle. We're going to move it to about there to make a nice sized door frame and let go. And now what we want to do is we want to get rid of this bottom line. So we're going to go to our eraser tool, and we're going to go down and erase just that bottom line. You can see it's starting to look like a door frame. And now we're going to go to our line tool that looks like a pencil, and we're going to zoom in pretty close. And I'm going to click on that line, and I'm going to go straight down and click to extend this door frame all the way to the bottom. Now you notice it thinks I want to continue drawing lines. To get out of this, I'm going to hit the escape key on my keyboard, and now I can start over making a second line right there. I'm going to zoom out. Looks like a good sized door frame. Now we're going to go to our push-pull tool. So we'll go over here, go push-pull, and we're going to push the door in just a little bit. So I'm going to click and push that door in. You can see kind of made that doorway, and we don't want to push it in too far. And we're going to pull our door frame out. So I'm going to select that frame. I'm going to click, and I'm going to drag so the frame comes out of the house a little bit. And there we go. We have the startings of a door. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we are going to make a couple of windows here on the side of the house. So we're going to select our rectangle tool again, and we're going to go over here on the face of the house, and you're going to want to start it in one of the corners of where you want your window to be. Again, use the person as a frame of reference, use the door as a frame of reference. Some homes have windows that are way high up, some are a little bit lower. I'm going to try to make this so it's a little bit lower than the door, but high enough that when she looks out, her face will be able to see. So I'm going to click once, drag out a rectangle. Let's make the window about this big. Okay. And what we'll do is we'll make another one. So I'm going to go out here, and we'll say about right there. We'll click and make a second rectangle, and notice it's nice at the bottom. It'll show that it's lined up and even with that window. We'll kind of look and see if we got that right. And again, you can use this tool and move that line up and down on the blue axis if you want to make your window a little higher, a little smaller. Remember, use the up arrow to switch between the different axes. Up means that you can start dragging up. So we'll put that about right there. All right, and now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to make a window frame in each of these. So we're going to go to where the push-pull tool is, and we're going to select the offset. and I'm going to just have my mouse somewhere inside this window, and I'm going to click and hold. And as I hold, I can kind of drag this to about the size I want my window frame to be. And I'll do the same thing over here. Drag to about the size I want my window frame to be, and let go. And now we can use our push-pull tool. I'm going to push that window in a little bit. Looks like that window went in a little bit farther. And then same thing, we can click and drag and pull this window frame out just a little bit. Okay, and now we have a place for our door and a place for 2 windows.